So we've gotten some major leaks when it comes to The Mandalorian Season 3, plotline leaks, release date leaks, character leaks, actor leaks, all kinds of stuff, and I'm going to cover it all in this video. Let's check it out. But before we continue on with this video, as you can see, YouTube is telling me that 77% of you are not subscribed to the channel. It really would help me out a lot if you did hit that subscribe button if you enjoy this content. Let's continue with the video. So The Mandalorian Season 3, it seems like, was a troubled production kind of. It seemed like we thought it was going to be, Jon Favreau came out and told us that it was going to start production right after the Book of Boba Fett. And when that didn't happen, it caused me, honestly, to panic quite a bit, because we've seen a lot of stuff go wrong with The Mandalorian in general, the entire Mandalorian universe, not just the actual Mandalorian show. We have Gina Carano being fired. We got Pedro Pascal pretty much saying that it's not a priority for him, that The Mandalorian is not a priority for him over his other projects that he's working on. I believe it's The Last of Us that he said was more of a priority than The Mandalorian Season 3, even though he's not always on set, even though he's not always in the Mandalorian armor. He does do a lot of work for voiceover, and maybe in Season 3 they were planning on having him have his helmet off more than the other seasons. I think that it was kind of going in that direction. I think it was kind of leaning in that direction, that Din Djarin is kind of leaving his creed, that he was kind of gonna take his helmet off a lot more, gonna be more comfortable with having his helmet off a lot more, especially because he was gonna be around Bo-Katan and her creed and her group of people a lot more, including Boba Fett, another person that just doesn't really care about taking his helmet off. We've gotten some pretty big leaks about The Mandalorian Season 3 when it comes to the plot line, when it comes to the character that's going to be in it, possibly even a time jump. And we also have people like Katie Sackhoff leaking some pretty important things when it comes to the plot line of Season 3 as well. Let's get right into it. The Mandalorian Season 3 spoilers, release date, plot line, time jump. This article was released on July 20th. So yesterday, The Mandalorian Season 3 is one of the most anticipated seasons of the hit Disney Plus show. The series, considered canon in the Star Wars franchise, introduced Grogu, aka Baby Yoda, to the pop culture consciousness. Now, newly reported leaks from the set reveal a potential release date, plotline, and even a time jump. Let's take a look at what we know about this new and exciting news. And we also had Brendan Wayne the other week coming out and saying some stuff that I covered on my channel a while back. We're not going to be talking about that in this video because we already talked about that previously, but he also revealed some pretty big stuff about The Mandalorian as well. But here is where they talk about the release date for Season 3, and it seems like it's been released, or it seems like it's been leaked, excuse me. It's not been released or confirmed by Disney or Lucasfilm, but this is actually pretty big because I didn't think that this show would come out until probably the end of 2022, but it seems like we got some pretty good news when it comes to the release date of this. When is The Mandalorian Season 3 rumored to premiere? While no official announcement from Disney Plus or Lucasfilm has been forthcoming, The Mandalorian Season 3 is rumored to premiere in spring of 2022. Inside the Magic says a Reddit user, I guess they mean to say, who spotted this announcement in a book description. What's more, the book description is courtesy of Random House, which is putting out a Mandalorian related book called Boba Fett Returns. And the description also confirmed the next season of The Mandalorian comes after the premiere of Book of Boba Fett. This means that the two series previously thought to be connected are actually separate. I don't know who really thought that they would be connected. I think that we all always thought that it would be Book of Boba Fett and then a couple of months later we would get Mando Season 3. It just seems like it's going to be a lot more than a couple of months later now. I think that, The Mandalorian Season 3 definitely got delayed. They definitely ran into some troubles, like I said, with the Gina Carano firing, with the Pedro Pascal stuff, but it seems like they got everything back on track. It seems like they have began production. It seems like, according to reports, finally the outlet confirms that The Mandalorian Season 3 has begun production. That is great news. I've been saying that the show would be delayed quite a bit. And my reasoning was, not only is the Gina Carano stuff, not only the Pedro Pascal stuff, but also they're using a volume that the Kenobi series is also using. So they would have to share that volume, or maybe even just wait until the Kenobi series is finished filming. And a lot of people came after me saying, no, there's more than one volume in LA. You're a liar. You're dumb. There's more than one volume in LA. It's not finished yet. I've told y'all this a million times. It's not finished yet. And they even say that in the article. I don't think it's in this article, but they say that in the article where they confirm the production has started on Mando Season 3. They confirm that they're sharing the volume with the Kenobi show, but Kenobi also has practical sets built, so they are able to share it with the Mandalorian production. Mandalorian tweeted this: congratulations to the cast and crew of the 24 Emmy nominations, including Outstanding Drama Series. That's pretty big. Congrats to The Mandalorian. Glad that The Mandalorian is seeing a lot of success, because I did a video on this yesterday, but Marvel is not seeing very much success when it comes to Disney Plus. So we need Star Wars to be a big bang when it comes to the next few months, when it comes to the next couple of years of Disney Plus shows. We need Star Wars to succeed. If we want Disney Plus to continue to keep pumping out Star Wars and Marvel content, especially Star Wars content. I know a lot of us don't really care about Marvel that much, but Marvel does have an effect on how much Star Wars content we see as well, because it will affect if Disney Plus wants to branch out and do some other stuff instead. We need this stuff to succeed. But as of this writing, there's no official plotline for The Mandalorian season 3. Obviously, they're not going to release the plotline before the show comes out, but there are some Reddit users who think they know what's coming down the pipeline. Reddit has been right a lot in the past. Reddit leaked the entire Rise of Skywalker script before the movie came out, a few weeks before the movie came out, and they were 100% right on that. So Reddit can be right sometimes. Bo-Katan's relationship with the Darksaber will most likely be explored, though we were introduced to a live-action Ahsoka Tano in the second season. Anakin Skywalker's Padawan is getting her own show, so if she does appear, it will only be for a brief cameo. Grand Moff Gideon, who was captured by our heroes, may still have a plotline in the upcoming season, but the biggest question still remains is the fate of the beloved Grogu. Did he go on to become a Jedi? Was he killed by Ben Solo / Kylo Ren's second Jedi Purge? And what species is he anyway? There are just a few questions that The Mandalorian season 3 will hopefully answer. So yes, I think it's pretty much a given that we will explore Bo-Katan's relationship with the Darksaber, especially because, like I said, Katie Sackhoff revealed something that I'll share with you in 1 second. But I think that's a given. I think we all kind of expect that. We think that Din Djarin and Bo-Katan are going to maybe fight over the Darksaber, maybe fight over the throne of Mandalore, although it does kind of seem like Din Djarin doesn't have much interest in having the Darksaber or having the throne of Mandalore, but we will see. Maybe he will learn something new that makes him want to have the throne, that makes him want to have the Darksaber. We don't know. Or maybe even Boba Fett will enter the fray.Maybe he thinks that he's the rightful ruler of Mandalore. This could get really crazy when it comes to the Darksaber, when it comes to the throne of Mandalore. It could get really crazy, and I really hope that they go in that direction with season 3. I've heard stuff, I've heard leaks, I've heard rumors that they're not going to do that stuff until season 4 or 5, and I do not want to wait 3, maybe 4 more years before we see that stuff happening. I want to see it now. I want to see it in season 3. Give it to us now. It doesn't have to be the whole grand conclusion, but give us some of that stuff. Give us some of that Game of Thrones type stuff. I really think, and I've been saying this ever since season 1, if they play this right, The Mandalorian could be Star Wars Game of Thrones, if they play it right. But also, let's move on to the rest of the leaks, and also we'll show you that Katie Sackhoff leak in 1 second as well. But nothing official has been confirmed. The notorious tight-lipped Lucasfilm and Disney Plus have not made any comments about The Mandalorian season 3. This shouldn't be surprising considering they kept the secret of Luke Skywalker's return in season 2 safe. Also, we didn't see a trailer for Mando season 3 for a long time, or Mando season 2 for a long time. Like a couple of months before the show came out, we were all freaking out. We were like, where is this Mando season 2 trailer? Is this show going to be delayed? Is Mando season 2 not coming out on time? What's going on? And then all of a sudden they just drop it on us a couple of months before the show comes out. So I wouldn't be surprised if they don't do the same thing. It just seems like they're kind of on the side of The Mandalorian is going to market itself. They don't really have to push it that much because The Mandalorian is so popular that so many people are going to be talking about it on the internet. It's going to be all over the place. It's going to be so hyped up that they don't have to hype it up themselves. The show will hype itself. The last part of the leaks is saying that it's also not clear whether the show will continue after the 3rd season. Remember, continuity is important in the Star Wars franchise, especially for a canon show. At some point, the timeline has to match up to the event in the so-called sequel trilogy. I like how they call it this so-called sequel trilogy. And no, Disney is not retconning the Star Wars sequels. I mean, look, you can believe what you want, say what you want. I think that they're probably not going to straight up retcon the Star Wars sequels, but I think that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni do want to change as much as possible, or at least make them better, or at least improve them any chance that they can get. I think that they probably would like to retcon them completely, but they don't have that power yet. So we'll see what happens. You can believe whatever you want when it comes to that, but we'll have to stay tuned to see if all the rumors of The Mandalorian ultimately come to pass. From what I've heard, they are continuing after season 3. They are continuing to a season 4, 5, maybe even 6 or 7. I've heard, I don't know if this is true or not, but I've heard that season 4 and 5 are already pretty much confirmed. They're already in the plans for Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni to do a season 4 and 5 of Mando. But who knows? Stuff like that changes all the time. That stuff is always in motion, as we see all the time. Stuff in Star Wars gets canceled all the time. Stuff in film in general, and TV shows in general. Stuff gets canceled, stuff gets renewed, stuff gets canceled and then gets renewed a couple of years later. It's crazy out there. It's crazy out there. So we never know what's going on. But also we have this Katie Sackhoff stuff. She leaked that she is going to return in The Mandalorian season 3. I know it's not crazy news. I know that it's not like that out there or that outlandish that Katie Sackhoff would return as Bo-Katan in The Mandalorian season 3, but it is good to know that she is, because like I said, I've heard rumors, I've heard leaks that the Mandalorian season 3 was going to go off in a totally different direction than we thought it was going to go. I've heard that they were just going to focus on Din Djarin and not focus on Bo-Katan or anyone else, not Boba Fett, anyone else like that, and not even have the Darksaber in season 3. So this is big news. The Mandalorian season 3, new evidence points to return of Bo-Katan's Katie Sackhoff. She pretty much came out and said that she got a beer bug test. I can't say the word on YouTube, a beer bug test, if you know what I'm talking about, the 2020 stuff. She got a test for that and said that she was going back to work soon, and she was getting that test because she was going back to work soon. So that pretty much leaks the fact that she is returning for the Mandalorian season 3, and it also leaks the fact that they are starting production probably about a week from now. If she's just getting her test now, they're probably starting production a week from now, or at least starting principal photography a week from now. So that is great news as well. But let me know what you guys think about all of these leaks, all of these rumors regarding the Mandalorian season 3. What direction do you think that the Mandalorian season 3 will go in? I think that they're definitely going to cover the Darksaber stuff, especially if Bo-Katan is going to be in the season. I can't see them doing a season 3 with Bo-Katan and Din Djarin and not having the throne of Mandalore be in question during that entire season. But let me know what you guys think about all of these leaks and rumors that I covered in this video. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. If you want to follow me on Twitter or join the Discord, both of those links will be in the description as well. Thank you for watching the video. Hope to see you in the next one.